Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mom Zoo. We are excited today to be talking about the Olympics.
What's the Olympics? I was going to try to sing this song, but I don't know it. Is there a song?
The Olympics.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
it's like the opening ceremonies.
Dun, 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 dun.
You always know the musicals. I'm surprised.
I don't know. It's just what you hear every time you turn it on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I really like watching the Olympics. I mean, there's certain ones that I like watching, like this year, obviously the swimming, because Michael Phelps got 23 gold medals.
Nope.
I mean,
Big
not in this
deal.
Olympics, but over the course of his career, he has 23.
I wonder if he just feels so good about himself at night, like laying in bed, like I have 23 gold medals. Like
I'm awesome.
And he has the cutest little baby.
Yeah.
It's been cute, like seeing the pictures of him kissing his baby in the crowd.
Well, it's been cool to watch because, I mean, he did go through some struggles, like with alcoholism and rehab and stuff like that. And it was cool to see that, like, you know what, you can choose and you can come back. A part of me, though, was like, maybe he felt like he lost a sense of purpose when he wasn't training.
Yeah.
And that made him kind of go into that. Yeah. But I did watch an article or an interview by him about going to Tokyo, and his mom was like, Tokyo, you know? And he's like, no, Mom, we're not going to Tokyo. This is my last Olympics. And she's like, are you sure? Like, she really wanted him to go to Tokyo. So I feel like that's something to be said about moms. Like, would Michael Phelps be where he is today without his mom saying, want another gold medal? Come
how
on.
many practices have we ran our kids to? And they're like, I'm just so
my
sick
goodness.
of doing this. I want to quit. And then as a mom, you're like, no, you know, you shouldn't quit. You should hang in there till the end. And maybe he was one of those boys. And then, you know, now he's 23 gold medals later.
Yeah. And I feel like even just her dedication, because I know now driving my kids around all of their stuff, I'm like, okay, you're not doing this or that because I don't have the time.
You want to be a Scrabble player at home? Great. Sounds great.
I think it's also hard for moms when those things end. I know, like, for my parents, when I was done with cheer, it was really hard for them because they do put in so much time that it's hard when that ends. And same with softball, because my sisters and I played softball, so when that was over, it was like, what are we gonna do? We're not gonna be able to go and watch softball games. You'll probably feel like that with baseball, especially.
We've already felt like the letdown. Like on Saturdays, we'll just be sitting on the couch and like, what do you want to do? Like Jackson, I'm like, we have nothing to do. We're not traveling for baseball. I mean, we're out of season, so, but I do feel that.
But once that's like all said and done.
Yeah, because there's nothing better than watching your kids do the things like that they're good at or that they love, or just even remember all of like their first little soccer game and you're just like, oh, so cute.
Yeah, and you become friends with the moms because you can relate to each other running kids all over the place. And
good time.
So I'm sure for her to think of like that being over, that's a huge chapter in their lives.
I would be like, well, why be done? Like, you're healthy and you've got a great support system and you've won 23. Like, is that selfish to want to keep going, or like
I don't know.
go out with a good note?
You can do it. But it's also like so much time and effort, and maybe he is just like, okay,
I'm tired.
I'm over it. But
And starting a family, I think. Like, he probably wants more time with his family, I would think.
Yeah, good point.
But I loved watching Simone in gymnastics.
Yeah, that little fireball.
And I was thinking about her too, because she actually went through, like, her grandparents ended up adopting her and her sister because her mom wasn't there and her dad wasn't there. And I like, that is so interesting. And that shows something to her grandparents. Like, she is an Olympic gold medalist, like multiple. I don't remember how many she ended up with, but she has a ton of gold medals. And I just think, like, props to her grandparents for, like, pushing her and helping her and watching her follow her dreams. And even though, like, the hardship that she went through with, you know, not having a mom that was there, not having a dad that was there, like, that's just amazing. I was, like, inspired when I heard her story. I'm like, you go, girl.
You get it, girl. It just goes to show that, like, we all are human beings, and just because you do something so incredible, win 23 gold medals, like how he came off of rehab, or she doesn't have the perfect family situation, like, it just goes to show that you have nothing out there stopping you. You're the only person stopping yourself. No matter what sob story or backstory, whatever you have, we're all human beings. We all have very many imperfections. Like, I only have a couple of them, but, so when you do hear stories like that, you're like, no, like, it's good to hear things like that. Like, you're so amazing, but yet you're real. I like those stories.
Yeah,
I feel like they're more relatable.
Have you guys seen Eddie the Eagle?
My son is obsessed. He watches the movie on loop, and guess what he wants to be for Halloween? Eddie the Eagle. So I thought it'd be cute if Jackson and I got shirts that said Eddie's mom, Eddie's dad. He's like, do you think I could be Eddie the Eagle for Halloween? I was like, Yeah.
That would be so cute. Oh my god.
Most creative and original. He just will watch it over and over and over, and he Cooper loves it.
Well, it's so cute because it does go to show you. It's, if you guys haven't seen it,
Go watch it.
He just out of, against all odds, he becomes an Olympian, and it's just awesome because I was telling my dad, I was telling him about the movie, and he goes, well, I couldn't be an Olympian because I would just give up. I'm like, well, that's all it takes is just never giving up.
Yeah.
You just never give up. You have to, I just feel like it's such good life lessons when you watch the Olympics. Yeah, they're amazing athletes, but how do they get there? They just don't give up. They don't stop pushing no matter how hard it gets. And athletically, that's amazing, but you can always take from that, emotionally and physically. We all go through hardships and trials and depression and things that we think that we're the only ones going through it, but really we're not. And we just need to never, ever, ever give up on ourselves or other people.
I like how there were some different elements to the Olympics. Maybe just because I'm older, I fine-tuned in on them a little more or noticed them. But I did notice in the gymnastics, there was an older woman. I can't even pronounce the country she's from, but she was 40-something, and her son's in the Olympics, or her son's friends or something. And she was saying, the reporter was saying, she's competing against her son's age friends.
Right, in gymnastics.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of giving her grief about that because she was older and well, why are you're quite older, you should be a coach or something. And it's I don't think you should ever put a roof on what you want or what you feel like. If your heart's telling you that you want to compete, it's telling you want to be there, you should be there. Or that cyclist, that mom from Boise, Idaho, woo woo, shout out to Idaho, who won her, what was that, third or something? Third gold medal, and people were giving her grief because she was 42, and she made a comment after she had gotten, I want to say crowned, but awarded her medal, about being a mom is her first priority, and people were upset about that.
I didn't watch that story. That's
I actually
awesome.
have a little thing to read. This is something that Kristen Armstrong said right after she won her gold medal. I think that for so long we've been told that we should be finished at a certain age. And I think there's a lot of athletes out there that are actually showing that that's not true. For all the moms out there, I hope this was a very inspiring day. She then discussed the importance of balance in her life as a world-beating athlete. Working at a great hospital in Boise, Idaho, and being a mom has been my secret weapon. It provides me balance and keeps me on track, and it keeps me super focused. Well, I love that she said that because I do agree in everything in life that there needs to be balance.
Yeah.
And I just love that she said that's her secret weapon is being a mom and working hard. And
how awesome, because that would be so, you think about being a mom, and sometimes we throw ourselves so much into that mom role that we forget that we can do other things. How amazing is she? She's an Olympian, and she's I still, being a mom is my main priority, but yet she still has that balance and that self-love and that ability to love herself enough to follow her dreams as well. That's amazing to me. That is really inspiring.
And what an example for your children when you go after your dreams and your desires and your job. I think that it shows a lot when you teach your kids how to work. And I think the best way we do that is not by telling them all the time, but is by example. I think that's something that we've talked about in our home. Jax and I really stress teaching Cooper the right values and morals, and I always get so worried about, are we doing enough? And Jackson kind of hit the nail on the head. He's like, you remember how it was growing up. He's like, people can tell you things a million times, but the best examples are the people who live what they truly believe. And so reading up on the article about that mom, it just kind of made me sad that people were coming down on her for thinking that being a mom is her most important role. But it's why do you get to tell her what's most important to her? Even if it was growing a cactus garden, that was her most important thing.
Right.
Something so ridiculous. Why does the world get to decide what's important to me or what's important to you? Nobody should get to have a say on that.
Especially she just got a gold medal.
Yeah,
she's obviously
it's not like she just went and shot somebody or.
So why do you think who was it that was telling her that's a bad idea? What does that?
I guess there was a group of feminists who were saying that you're so much more than just a mom, and they were kind of attacking that point or that stance of it. And that maybe she was sending out the wrong message. But I think, like I said, who gets to decide what fuels your fire, what drives you? I think I'm only speaking for myself, but Cooper motivates me so much. I can't lay in bed all day and watch Netflix. You've got to get up and live a life and be an example and provide. And I think that it's beautiful what she did and the things that she said. What you read in that article, she nail in the coffin.
That's interesting.
I know I'm so inspired by her. I found that when the Olympics come around, I always like tell my kids, like, if you want to do something like this, you have to work so hard and you can do it and you can achieve your dreams. But then hearing stories like this, I'm like, remind myself to tell myself those things too. Like, I can still achieve my dreams. Like, you don't reach a certain age and then you have to like stop going after new things. Like, I feel like sometimes we feel stuck in this little thing, like, okay, this is what I do and I'm just going to be really good at this thing. But you can try new things and you can make new goals and reach new dreams, and it doesn't have to stop at a certain age.
Do you guys ever feel like there's something you've been interested in doing, but you're like, well, I probably just can't do that now because of A, B, and C? Either like I'm too old or I missed my chance. Like, is there ever any like goals or things that you think about like that you're like, I should do that, but, or you want to, but then you kind of push them back?
Well, because I feel like lately I've been reading so much about like how to get out of depression and whatever, just because I've been feeling that way a little bit. Like, what is my purpose? Like, I feel a great purpose in like being a mom and in what we do on YouTube, but like I feel like I was kind of losing myself. Like, I didn't want to sing anymore. I didn't want to try playing the guitar. I didn't want to like all these things that I love to do, I was kind of just pushing aside, thinking that, oh, in time I'll get to do that again in time. But through my reading and stuff, I realized that like that's actually like a need. Like, it's not stuff that I want to do that I'll get to. It's like I need to do that, not only for myself, but for my kids, so that they can see me shine. They can see what makes me light up. And when they see me that way, they'll be inspired to be that way themselves and to go after their dreams. It's like, how can I tell them to go after their dreams if I'm not going after mine? Right. You know what I mean?
And I think the lines get like weary, or people get confused, because some people maybe just like their biggest goals or the things that like make them feel the most needed and wanted and fulfilled is being a great mother or a great housewife or a great Olympian. But I don't think that I think we underestimate how many hats we can wear, and why not try different things at different times in life. And if you're a mother at this point, you know, I'm a different mom to Cooper now than I was when he was little. He needs a lot less, you know, like one-on-one time and more just kind of like stepping back and observing. And it's just, there's like a different relationship. So I feel like I have more freedom now to do a little more, but it doesn't mean that I'm less of a mother. It just means I think through different stages through our kids' lives, we have different opportunities to learn more about ourselves, but also to try new things. But I think that I just get sick of hearing people like that we're all supposed to fit into this cutout and that certain things should be right and certain things shouldn't. And it's like I said, if you want to grow a cactus garden, or if you want to be just a mom, or you want to be an Olympian and a mother, I don't think it's fair for anybody to tell you what your desires and priorities or needs should be.
Right, that's true.
I was just watching the other night, I got like stuck watching your music videos that you made yourself and that you made with Carlie, and that's what I was thinking, like, why doesn't Colette do this? You're so talented and people love it. So I hope that you will start doing more music.
Well, Callie's actually been doing more covers, and so like I text her songs, I'm like, we should do this, and she's like, yes, let's do it. Yes. So that's in the works. Like we're gonna get together and film some covers soon.
Yeah, I just
to kind of get the wheels turning, and then I think that we'll probably do some more original stuff together.
Yeah, I love that.
That makes me
I like your guys' Christmas stuff. I still will listen to it. Jackson's like, it's like September or August. Why are you listening? I'm like, I love it. You rub it off on me on that, like Christmas music. Sometimes it just makes you feel good, you know?
I know.
Christmas music.
I love listening to Christmas music, but this year I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for like the holidays. It's so busy. And then I went into a craft store and they had Christmas out, and I was like, I just want Christmas to be here. Like, I wonder if I could just put my tree up now.
I know, right?
Might as well. It takes so much time.
But going back to different things I want to try, I want to like be a better cook. And I keep thinking like, I'm going to do it, and I don't. And I really want to take cooking classes.
That would be so fun.
So I think that that's something that I want to try to do, is find cooking classes once school starts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I feel like I used to cook and now I don't cook as much because I just feel like I'm like not that good, and like I cook the same things, and so that is something that I want to do, just cook more.
I'll totally do it with you.
I know, that would be so fun.
We should go to a Moms Do Baking class. I know in like Boise and Salt Lake they have bigger, like you can go and you can pick the kind of meal, and like you work one-on-one with the chef, and they'll teach you, like there's so many things about temperatures of meat, the way you cut on the grain of the meat, like different knives, all these things that you're like, what? Just throw the hamburger on.
Never know that.
Well, and I just think like different spices and things. I'm always like garlic salt.
Yeah, me too. I'm like garlic on everything.
But I want to like use basil and like tear it up and like,
or like
fancy things.
Make it rain, Basil.
You know, there's so much you can do. So like even little dreams or little goals I think are important to focus on, and like you said, do for yourself, because that is a need. It's a need for us to make sure that we're remembering ourselves and the things that we want to do.
And to create. Like I was having this conversation with Shay. It's like, I'm like, I just feel like I'm not creating something. It's like, do you feel like you weren't feeling this way before because you were always creating a baby? And now it's like, now that you're not creating anything, you feel that need, like that drive to like create. And I'm like, maybe, but I'm not creating a baby anytime soon. But I was like, that's true. Like I need to tap into like the things that I want to do. And I've started playing more music, and just like, you got to go after those things that like will make you light up. I'm just realizing that. You know, and I want to go to your dance class.
Oh yeah, in the fall I'm teaching an adult hip hop class, just because I miss like cheerleading. You guys know when you're young, you don't feel like it's a workout, but then when you get older, I just got back from cheer camp and I'm like, oh, this is a lot harder than I remember it being.
If we did that every day,
I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. But I'm like, that was a workout. So I thought if I taught the class, then I will get the workout, and then
And it's like you have to go, even though sometimes you feel like, oh.
I love dancing. Like I love dancing and good music. Like just nothing makes you feel better,
It's true.
it's like a way of connecting with yourself again.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this. I went to that class for women, and that's what she said. You should dance every single day.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it before. She says that she like does a happy dance, like plays fun music, and she also plays slow music, and she slow dances with herself.
I am so going to do that.
Because it is like, dance is such a great way to reconnect with yourself and like feel your body moving. As you get older, things get a little more like
rickety.
A little less movement going on.
But if you move your body more, then I just feel like it
agree.
keeps you young.
I mean, look at those Olympians.
Right?
They're definitely in touch with their
42 winning a third gold medal in cycling. Like,
so awesome.
she's the top of the chain right now.
Yeah.
She's like a fillet steak, I don't know what a cheap cut is. I just know that's the expensive cut. If you're vegan, I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. Well, let us know in the comments below what you guys think about the Olympics this year and what your goals and dreams are. We would love to hear it. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.